Hi, really sorry about that, everybody. I don't know what the hell just happened. I got disconnected from my playthrough. That's very weird. Or is it just my app that fucked up?
Let's seize the opportunity.
Anyways, let's continue. We're on the bridge now.
Predictable.
The first sacrifice opens the eye. The second sacrifice draws its gaze.
Edelthrad. Help has arrived. Too late to change the tide, I'm afraid. But if there is any honor in you, we can at least die in the dignity and give our lives for the rogue traitor. You look dreadful. Theodora von Valencius is dead. I found her in the arch-militant in her study. The Lord Captain will not be joining us. Oh. God, Emperor preserve us. The rogue traitor is dead. The ship has lost her Lord Captain and the house its head. Edelthrad. No matter what ritual Conrad is performing there, the warp is too strong. I cannot withstand it. I feel my body changing with every second. The warp ringing in the air. This is the end. We will perish in the warp along with the warrant and all the dynasty's heirs. The enemy of humanity has triumphed. I've seen it before. We'd better get away from him. The changes are clearly already accelerated. I forbid you the very thought of yielding. Only by resisting to your fate will you truly suffer defeat. Words worthy of a righteous soul. Wah! Thank you. Save the lofty words for later, will you? The navigator is ready to take the ship out of the warp if he gets some help from the bridge. Then we have no right to bow our heads. You see the Conrad rolling clearly in the gloom of the bridge. The broken blade he has holding is stained with dark drops that seem to have a pearlescent glimmer to them. We are out of time. Uh-oh, his eyes begin to turn a sickly yellow. There you go. No, crystal chandelier. To die altogether is to allow the flame of our dynasty to perish in the dark. No, it will not be like this. Not today. The ritual will not be completed. I'll take care of it, and you see to it that the void ship breaks free from the warp. Watch over our realm, and farewell. Well, he ends up being a good guy. Look at that. Accursed traitor, a time will come when you will bleed for her ladyship Theodora's murder. Remember my words, for they are the vow of he who marches towards his death. What? Theodora's is dead? No, that can't be. Not now? I still haven't... Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so it's not him. But, okay, wait.
Your ritual won't be finished, heretic!
He's not a heretic, he's an apostate. But... whatever. He is turned from the Emperor's light and he is believing in a new pantheon. That makes him not a heretic, that actually makes him an apostate. A heretic would still be within the religion. He would just be doing... Anyways, it's very complicated. The dude from Live from the Vaults of Terra, he really explained it very well, I find. That's me first, right? So we want to put me there. Yep, it's a good place for me. Abelard, you... I mean, here's good, sure. You can go. I guess here would be good for you. And Sister Argenta, yeah, I kind of like where you are. Yeah, alright. So it is me first. Oh, we're saving, okay. So we are me first, so we're definitely going to give Abelard a little boosty. There you go, buddy. Take that. Yep. And we are going to give a little shot. Should we? Actually, you know what? We take a good chunk of damage, though, so I feel kind of bad. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I will triumph.
Ooh, that was a good shot, though. I mean.
Why is it?
Yeah, what is that? Argenta, your turn. What? Okay, so run and gun. The soldier gains +4 MP. Their next attack costs 1 less AP. Less that does not count towards attack limit until the end. Okay. Furious Recital grants momentum equal to 6. This ability also grants an additional 3 momentum for each enemy. I don't know what momentum is. We're doing it. Can I hit this thing? Oh, like really not goodly, eh? Not a goodly amount. So, what about this? Is that a hit? Is that like a better hit chance? Maybe? That's awful far. But at least he's in line of sight. Oh yeah, it's good. We'll do that. Ooh, there we go. I forgot there's crew officers and they participate. That's true. But that also happens. We want...
But of course.
And then we want... Oh, sure.
On it.
Oh, shit, okay. Oh, he didn't like that, though. Didn't seem to have done much damage to him, however. And Abelard's, like, hurting big time. This fight's not going as well as it did last time.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Man, it's about time, Abelard.
It will be done. At your beck and call. I will do my duty. Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Oh, I did hit it. I did kill it. Okay. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. We want...
One step closer.
that. Good. Is he healing? Oh, he is healing. I just realized he's healing. Okay, so wait. We're going to use... yeah, next. And that chaos spawn attacks. Oh my god, it attacks a lot. So we're gonna do...
As the Emperor commands, I act. God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my
Oh,
heart.
really? You... Come on, Argenta. I get another shot, though? That's good. Okay. Okay, there's almost no cultists left though, so he's got less and less that he can do. I'm gonna move. No, I'm gonna move you to here.
I know what is to come.
And we are going to do a little bit of this. Ah, Ballard, I'm sorry.
That is not my destiny. No can do. I'm not so sure. That is not my destiny. Anything else?
No, you're good. Ah, come on, man. That's so annoying. Okay, so now they're all dead. Oh, and there goes Abelard. Can't do anything to help him.
It will be done. Victory is imminent.
This is beneath me.
He's gonna kill Abelard.
Some more conservative tactics.
No, maybe not. Okay.
I'll do it.
Oh no! She killed Abelard. Oh no! She killed Abelard. That did not go as I expected.
Can I fall back now? But of course.
I like how. Oh, look at the ghosts! The warp is coming in. I guess. Oh yeah, I don't have a permanent death on, so that's why probably.
Power.
Okay, wait. So level everything up. Is this actually gun push? Well, I have to put points in that. There's like no other. I kind of like that, the plus 10% bonus to dodge. Like all these weapons, I want them as proficiencies, but since I don't know when I'm going to get one, the character can attack with a second weapon in their current weapon set. In addition to the usual one attack per round, this attack suffers. So wait, does that mean that I can? The character gains plus 5 weapon skill to the character may improve any trained characteristic, even if their archetype or Origin does not allow it. I don't know about that, but I do want more weapon skills, so I feel like that could be good. Yeah. I mean, I'm using a gun anyways, right? I'm a biomancer that's going to use guns. That seems like a good idea. There we go. Now we're cooking with fucking fire. Or plasma. At some point, maybe. So, what did that straight away go to that? Okay, so ramming speed, increased charge distance. I mean, rigorous training, the warrior becomes incredibly deft. Charge and slash do not end the warrior's movement and grant plus 10 edge. Oh yeah, that definitely, because I use a lot of the charge, so that's good. We're definitely going to bring up his toughness is pretty high. Why is his weapon skill so low? Is he? Oh, because he's hurt probably. He's hurt. I'm guessing. There's something I forgot to put on him. We're gonna have to equip it. Go to yeah. Like her willpower is just bonkers. I think her perception would definitely be better. I'm gonna make her nimble actually. Let's see what that does. Yeah, ballistic. Oh, I can bring those. That's interesting. She does have all that toughness. That's true. Oh, and then you can bring up the skills too. Very interesting. Okay. I haven't used the reload yet. I also think she needs to be better at shooting stuff. Okay.
Intriguing.
No, nothing else to loot. Well, looting.
Unexplored.
This gives whenever aware of these gloves gets an injury or falls unconscious in combat, their allies get plus. I feel like that's something I want to give to Abelard just because. If I remember carefully, this is actually cooler. You know what? I'm gonna get another one, I think, soon. So. But wait, did I? Yeah, he can have that equipped. He is definitely gonna have that equipped. And like, there, for now. I feel like these would be good for you, sir. And yeah, do you do heroic acts? I feel like the Sister of Battle would actually probably do more heroic acts, but that could just be a misinterpretation of anything. Can she even equip it? Oh, she cannot, so it doesn't matter. What about you? Oh, you can't either. Hey, that's funny though, because you're a Psycher. I can equip that thing. Yeah. Oh well. There you go, Abelard. Have a cape. Oh, there's some goods. I like goods. They're better than bads. They're good.
To save the entire dynasty.
Old man, he was never going to make it.
Raver, Master Hellman, system status report. By the Emperor, it's the Seneschal, living and breathing. Well, there's a tricky question. A whole place is so overgrown with foul wickedry. We'll be scrubbing it off for the vid screens for throne knows how long. We need to re-establish contact with the Navigator Sanctum. Your words seem to knock the officers out of their stupor. In the air around you fills with voices and commands being issued. You hear someone sobbing, one of the survivors buckling under the stress. Abelard cuffs the crying officer without even looking. Cuffs him, man. That's so mean. But that's what it is. Restore the Vox channel to the Navigator Sanctum. Ready the crew. Prepare the translation to real space. Crystal chandelier. You may call me superstitious, but translation is not a good time to disregard rules. You are the only one who speaks for House von Valancius. You may not be the Lord Captain, but you more than anyone else deserves to take her place in the more than anyone in the ritual that about to commence. Take the Lord Captain's seat. Order the final preparation. Wait for the officers to report. Bob, blast it all to the void. Translation is a craft, not something that to be explained in a tick. Just go up to the throne, Mistress Crystal Chandelier. These people are about to do the impossible. The least they deserve is the solace of seeing a figure sitting in the usual spot. Please hurry. Every second we waste is a terrible risk. Let's go do this. We can... What? The image before you is hazy, swaying in sorcerous currents, invisible to mortal eyes, as if whatever is beneath the thin shell is constantly changing, while still remaining the same. It has taken on the guise of Theodora. But the false rotator eyes reveal the entity's true surreal nature. One of Theodora's eyes is engulfed in the it's so pale, the otherworldly fire, the other a vessel of ancient evil bores into you. The voice seeps directly into your brain without ever reaching your ears, and their voice booms with all the horror of the warp. Who are you to oppose destiny itself for the sake of the lives that are not your own? So many threads stretch between you and other creatures of the world, pitiful, worthless links ready to shatter at the slightest touch. A muddled, erratic, pointless tangle. It resonates and merges with the voices that have already dug their foul roots into your consciousness. A moment later you realize that all the voices are the myriad manifestations of the same call that has finally invaded your mind. You are to blame for Theodora's death. I am saving my people. Do your worst, but you cannot stop me. Theodora lets out a long screech, a shrill, overwhelming sound that can only be interpreted as laughter. Lead them, mortal. Guide them, persuade them, force them to walk your path. You will need followers, for destiny is preordained. Konrad Voitkvir. Your head begins to spin, and vicious drops slither down your cheeks. Vicious? Oh, viscous, sorry. You blink, and you are no longer looking at Theodora. It is the traitor of Voitkvir. Voitkvir? Just as fluid and ephemeral as the previous apparition, the same terrifying voice seethes from his lips. The aspirant vowed to return with a trophy, a relic that could serve the edge of daybreak. The fate was assured and the steps chosen, and yet you broke the unbreakable when you took the aspirant's place. I see you on the day when the final dawn rises over the iron world. I see you by my side on that day, the day of my resurrection. Yeah, it's not gonna happen, bro. I'm a loyal servant of the Emperor. Like, I think this is like the one universe where I won't turn from the Emperor's Light. Like, I can't say I'll be good, because nobody's good in this universe. Like, except servitors, I guess. But often they were bad and they got turned into servitors, so you know. But I will serve the Emperor's Light always. Like, I will never turn to chaos. Even that, I don't think it matters. Your image is woven into the tapestry of things to come. I am the will of the weaver of destinies. Oh, great, so it's Siege. Interesting. Zinch. And today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. The thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility. The thread that will help you find the keys to salvation. The thread that will guide you and the weapon of our return to me. Huh. A cavalcade of hazy glimpses of a future yet unknown passes before your eyes, a flash of crimson purple. The images replace one another in a violent kaleidoscope without even letting you get a proper look at them. Through the crippling mirage, you see the twisted image of Abelard, the loyal seneschal of the dynasty. The path is set, child of the dawn. The thread is woven, follow it, servant of mine. So, like, I mean, I know you could be heretical or not, apostatical, anyways, a heretical or not, but how do you fall into this storyline if you're not? Because this, like, literally seems like you are destined to become a Chaos Champion. The Navigator gave his life battling the storm that nearly claimed the von Valencia's ship. We will honor his memory along with that of all who died this day. Seneschal, will you tell us now? Who is that? Where's the Lord Captain?
As First Officer, it is my duty to inform you with the greatest regret and indelible sorrow that Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius is dead. May her memory never fade from the annals of the dynasty.
Oh yeah, well, don't worry, I got her in the annals of my dynasty, alright.
By right of blood succession, and with the absence of other kin who could challenge this decision. It is hereby declared that the successor to Theodora von Valancius is her heir.
I mean, I say I refuse, but I actually don't refuse.
The warrant of trade and the title of Rogue Trader. The official ascension ceremony will be held at a later time. In the interim, have you lost your tongues? Hail your lady. It is because of her toils that we all still live.
That's not false.
The deed is done, mistress. My apologies. I meant to say, Lord Captain.
Like, I'm really sorry that I have to restart, guys. Like, I'm gonna have a weird 20-minute stream, and there's like a 6-minute where I didn't even notice that I had been disconnected. It was really totally weird. Like, my PS5 said I was still streaming, but YouTube is not was not getting the signal. So this is not the game that attracts the most people. So maybe later tonight we'll do some Elden Ring.
Yet hope remained.
Actually, that might not be a bad idea to do
Second
Elden
in
Ring.
line to the Rogue Trader dynasty survived, and through the strength of her resolve, saved those who were counting on her for protection.
That's not what my ship looks like, but that's cool. I'll show you what my ship looks like in a second. I took the middle one with this character. Actually, I love the aesthetics of this game, the look so far. I don't know, we'll see about the story. But it is a little bit, because I don't have a mouse, I can't mouse over stuff, certain things are confusing. I should always have the damn cursor open. And I do have Kingmaker in my library, so if I do like this, I might go and try Pathfinder Kingmaker as well. I mean, the only CRPG I played on this channel is Pillars of Eternity, and I'm like, I have 60 videos up for that, and I wasn't even partly done the story. You cannot help but notice that the Seneschal does not know how to talk to you or where to begin. His hesitation brings an involuntary smirk to your face, as though someone else entirely is gloating at the old officer's confusion. Seeing your smile, Abelard pulls himself together. You must now hold your first officer's briefing in your new role as Lord Captain. For many of those who are aboard to join us on the bridge, this will also be their first briefing. We sustained massive losses among the senior and middle-ranking officers. Some posts have had to be filled by deputies. The others go unfulfilled entirely, and now the deck clans are deciding who will take over the leaderless crews. It's deck clans. I guess I don't know enough about the Imperial Navy or how the ships are run and stuff like that. That's the one thing I have. It's a void in my knowledge of Warhammer 40k. I played Rogue Trader back in I played 40k tabletop mini back in the time when it was Rogue Trader, but you didn't really play a Rogue Trader. Anyways, how did we come to lose so many officers? What's the agenda for this meeting? You misspoke, surely. I am the Lord Captain, am I not? I don't want to say that. Have you succeeded in tracking down Volkvir? Wait, Abelard, there's an altogether more pressing problem. I do not wish to be the Rogue Trader. No, I'm not doing that with this one. It's perhaps it appears the heretics were deliberately targeting the vessel's command. They knew exactly whom they were looking for and where they could be found, which is unsurprising given that their informant on board was our Master of Whispers. Reports on the conditions of the ship and crew. The Lord Captain is not usually drawn away from her important affairs to attend such routine briefings, but this is a unique situation. I am receiving updates from across the ship that they are not encouraging. Getting this bird to fly could take a gargantuan effort, even so far as your personally negotiating with the authorities of the system we are currently in. So prepare to hear a bevy of complaints and excuses. Your ladyship. Take this opportunity to get a good look at the officers who work 6 decks away from the bridge, and they in turn will have the honor of beholding the visage of the Lord Captain. Come on, man, I'm not that full of myself. No, Lord Captain, in all the commotion, his trail went cold. Our people are still on the hunt for him. And I figure, with everything that we can bring to bear, it should be so easy. And with a gesture, Abelard relays the orders of the adjutant at the far end of the magnificent chamber. I mean, it didn't look that magnificent. It's kind of full of explodias and stuff. A dozen pair of eyes bore into you, the expression revealing restraint, joy, curiosity, and wariness. Yeah, that's good. Attention officers, you have been granted an honor. Lord Captain von Valencius will personally conduct today's briefing. Our most gracious Lord Captain is ready to hear your report. As you wish, your ladyship. Vigdis Suri, Ota of the Tolitman line, our new Voxmaster. It is an honor to serve your ladyship. Aboard this vessel you have at your command thousands of crew members and hundreds of officers and section chiefs. I am responsible for receiving, processing, and sending all communications between you and them, as well as external sources. I am your eyes and mouth, Lord Captain. Beside her is the Raver. Beside her is Raver. So that was a she. The Master Helmsman. He steers our ship along the course set by Lord Captain and monitors the void around us to ensure that we do not stray into the asteroid fields or a pirate trap. I like him already. Master Helmsman Raver. Hail, Lord Captain. This here ship is as good a home to me as... So rest assured... This ship is as good as home to me, so rest assured she's in safe hands. I'll die before I let her come to any grief. And lastly, our High Factorum Janus Danrock, who oversees supplies, procurement, and general material well-being for the ship. It is an honor, your ladyship. You may trust me with all matters concerning your comfort. Everything will be done to the highest standard. In the second row, we have the 3 officers charged with overseeing the ship's vital functions. The Master of the Ordnance is responsible for artillery aboard. The Infernus Master, whose crew work to prevent and extinguish fires. I like how they're called the Infernus Master. Fires on the ship. And lastly, the Drive Master, servant of the Omniscia. Is that everyone? Unfortunately, our choir master, the esteemed Zachary Weiss, really, head of the Astropath section, is unable to join us. He is in charge of communication with distant star system. Master Weiss has been in a trance for some time now, attempting to contact other planets in the Von Valentius Protectorate to inform them of Lady Theodora's passing and Conrad Volgvir's treachery. I will deliver a report to your ladyship on the Astropath's progress as soon as it is possible to do so. All other present are adjutant secretaries and deputies. They are here to make a record of proceedings. Yes, Lord Captain, I can report. I like how they don't put the picture of the guy who's talking right now. I find it a little bit weird. I can report that all fires across. I think maybe it's because he's just a generic guy. Preliminary damage assessment. In terms of material losses, the crew casualty has been completed. The results have been submitted to the Seneschal and the High Factorum. 3 deputies prior to the time. Huh. We are toiling day and night to compile a full account of the losses. The task will require next to no involvement from your ladyship. I will personally ensure that all damaged components are given into the tech priest's hands for attention, and that all lost supplies are replaced. There is only one resource that I cannot replenish single-handedly, and that is people. We have lost more than 2,000 crew members, and unfortunately this number is not confined to the scum from the lower decks, which is easily replaced, but also includes trained personnel. Okay. We'll be able to make up for our losses on the nearest planet, Rykard Minoris. However, the whole system, in fact, belongs to the Winter Scale rogue trader dynasty. We cannot simply begin recruiting on the planet without first coming to an understanding with the governor. In that respect, I am powerless. Negotiation at this level are a matter for the rogue trader. Fair enough. Especially true given Caligos Winterscale's penchant for attacking firsthand and asking questions later, and the kind of thick-skulled thugs he usually installs as governors on his planet. Drive Master, I will hear from you now. He's actually a whatchamacallit, a tech priest. Lord Captain, the foes that set upon this noble vessel, void ship, destroyed the repositories of hundreds of machine spirits. The great warp engine entrusted into my charge is unharmed, thank the Omniscia, but its spirit mourns its dead brethren. We have not yet identified a prayer protocol capable of assuaging its sorrow and anger. I just love the dogmatic reality of this universe. Ziratalar, is that her name? Yeah, Ziratalar. With great sorrow, I must also report that the Engineer Prime Overseer and spiritual authority of all tech priests on board fell in battle. The Magos was we lost him. The Magos was betrayed by the little flesh that remained part of him. A most terrible loss. There's no one among my comrades aboard whose experience and comprehension of the sacred protocols equals that of the fallen Magos. We require a replacement as soon as possible. I see, thank you. I know what that means. I understand that, and my character understands that too. I'm a Sanctioned Psycher, man. I work with the Imperium, so I know who the Mechanicum are. And the other character, technically too, the other character is a Commissar. Master Helmsman. Right, you are, Lord Captain. To cut the long story short, the outlook is bleak. The ships sound more or less, but without our engineer, Prime, and Navigator who fell in battle, we have no way out of the system. If we try to set so much as a toe inside the warp, we don't know what'll happen. First our warp drive being torn to pieces, or all of us melting into the bulkheads. Yeah, anything is possible. Your ladyship, if you will allow me to interject, when we arrived in the system, my crew followed standard protocols and conducted a count of all the available communication channels in the region. One of them was a Navis Nobilite station. The station maintained complete Vox silence, but even its presence here inspired hope. To have located a navigator in the very same system is an incredible stroke of luck, a true blessing from the God Emperor. I am the will of the weaver of destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances, the thread that I will lead you out of the maw of the irreversibility, the thread that will help you find the key to salvation. Wait, the sharp bolt of pain lances through the skull. Oh, I see. If I were you, I'd grab this chance with both hands, or else you'll soon be eyeing up asteroids to use as your new residence. In slightly less shitty news, we can go round and round this system till our heads are swimming, as long as our promethium and supplies last. And if any thick as Grok's shit lowlife comes sniffing around, we'll be able to take them out. So don't you worry on that score. Master of Ordnance. No, my job's simple. Maintain the arsenal. We've got no able crew. No Lord Captain. Master of Ordnance, you forget yourself. So what? The ship's in ruin. Every second officer's dead. Now we've got a green Lord Captain who's supposed to lead us to void knows where. Silence! The bridge's magnificent glass panes seem to tremble under the force of Avalar's roar. Enforcer sees this mutineer. Wow, that's intense. Wow. I think if I'm dogmatic though, like, $20 a month for the next half cycle, deprivation of officers' rations and privilege for the same period with the option to extend. Record that in his file. Cease your sniveling. You disgrace yourself and your entire clan. Enough. The hysterics are over. Let us resume. Stands up, wiping the blood from his broken nose. His face is a picture of shock. What just happened seems to be dawning on him only now. The knowledge of the fate he so narrowly escaped. To summarize, we have sustained serious losses in crew members, and we require a new engineer prime and navigator. Is this all that is? Okay. Precisely, Lord Captain. But bear in mind that this will not be the end of our trials. The ship's systems must be properly inspected for major damage, which can only be carried out at Footfall Station, home to the only dockyard in the sector. But we will never reach Footfall without first solving these 3 immediate problems. I cede to the Vox Master on this point, Mistress Tulliman. It's a mistress. We are in the Ricad system, star system, and our voyage here was undertaken on the order of your ladyship's predecessor. There are 3 inhabited bodies in the system, and our attempts to send Vox messages have produced confounding results. Okay, the Navis Nobile station has not simply failed to answer; it seems to be maintaining total Vox silence. However, we did receive a distress signal from the prison planetoid in the system, and Rykad Minoris itself is also not responding to our hails. But what is most alarming is that our augurs have intercepted signals from the surface that seem to indicate ongoing hostilities on the planet. That's interesting. The situation is not very encouraging, but without a navigator, a tech priest, and new crew members, we won't be able to travel anywhere. Therefore, we must go to the planet and the Navis Nobile station and find out what in the void is going on. Okay. They all saluted, because I'm a queen. Your ladyship, there is one other thing, a conditional matter, a confidential matter of the utmost importance. Lady Theodora, your eternally esteemed predecessor, brought the ship here to the system for a reason. She was given a secret commission. You perhaps are wondering who has the authority to commission a rogue trader to do anything, and I shall tell you, the Lord Inquisitor, the hand of the Emperor, the chief architect of his will in the Cronus expanse. Yes, quite right. Exceed Xavier Calcazar. Lady Theodora was to seek out the Lord Inquisitor's right-hand man, one Heinrichs van Kalox. Yeah, that's such great names. I went with some weird name that is just stupid, but anyways. An interrogator. You understand, all I know is that he is somewhere in the system, that we must find him and offer him whatever assistances he requires, and then deliver him to Footfall in the Feribuondus system. Finding him without any more information to go on will be difficult indeed, but an Inquisitor is an important individual. The authorities in the system, either the Navis Nobilite or the governor of Ricad Minoris, may know something. Okay. That is all of it, your ladyship. You have a great deal of work ahead of you, but it is mere fate of the daily burden of a rogue trader, so soon you must take up the reins of the Von Valentius Protectorate. The Psycher is suffering some ailment of dark madness. She insists on seeing the rogue trader. I judge that it would be unwise to leave her unsupervised. I was also hoping to approach you with personal requests, but it can wait. Speak with me when you have a time, rogue trader. Damn it, your ladyship. Here's the thing. I was trying to see the immediate future, and it hit me so hard. My head is still spinning. Something very strange is heading our way, and I can't make out what it is, no matter how hard I try. A single word. It's all I can make out. Daybreak. Or maybe it's dawn? And it's ringing and ringing like an echo, like a bell. If it's daybreak, then why is it so dark? We cannot extract any information of value from a single word. Can you tell us anything else, Mistress Tias? At least he's nice to her. No, not yet anyway. The voices are going berserk, all shouting at once. I can't make sense of any of it. As soon as I know or sense anything, I'll report it. Alright? Yeah, that's fine. Lord Captain, if you want me to take a closer look into your future, find me on the bridge and we can talk. Lady Theodora was well served by my whispers. Okay. Okay, first things first, I'm gonna go get my cool ass weapons that I want. What the hell did I hesitate there? Huh. Interesting. Oh, here they are. I would like the parlor organ to see some use. Huh. Displayed weapons is mesmerizing. You've never seen something, but I can't have any of them, of course. Liturgies of the Faithful. Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Sir? That's not what I want to do. This is wrong. Coordinates set. Wait. The final transaction with the Chartist are complete. The fiery reckoning is now fully equipped. The object has been loaded aboard with its containment intact and placed in the fore bay to ensure maximum contact with the target. What? Okay. That's cool. Bye. Does that show me more? Oh yeah, unfinished letter. Here you go. His chagrin is irrelevant. Vauntvir's mistake cost me too much. Years of work, tremendous resources, all wasted. He has failed at what he was supposed to be irreproachable at, uncovering spies, and this one was a senior officer. I'm not about to discard him. Kernrad has served me for too long for his removal to go painlessly for the Protectorate. Besides, he is no fool. He could not have seriously expected to become the next in the Von Valentius line when his skill and talent as Master of Whispers is so valuable. Let his disinheritance serve as a humiliating but instructive lesson from which he may yet learn. Yeah, see? Okay, there's no more. Like that, I could see why he'd turn against you with that. Are we still in the warp? Beyond the stained glass, the distant stars glimmer. No, we're not in the warp anymore. We shouldn't be in the warp anymore, anyways. I have a pretty dope room. Like, I'm doing good. I'm pretty baller. This character's doing good for themselves. I mean, all the characters at this point, if you're playing this game, are doing good. Kinda. Their own way. Alright, so we got some stuff. No, I don't want the map. I want that. Okay. This is the other cape, right? And it does. While the wearer is full wounds, they gave. Oh yeah, that's right. That's actually really. Oh, it looks fucking sick too with my armor. It has an Aquila on the back. Oh yeah, I'm wearing that. This is Face of the Sovereign. The wearer gains +1 resolve whenever they kill an enemy. Interesting. I don't hate it. Whoa, go back to that. I don't hate it. This Mark of the Ruler. So instead of +10 bonus to Karmas and Lore, this is a weapon. There's a single last shot. Can I have it? I think I can. Oh no, okay, so that's the cloak I just took off, right? Oh no, that's another cloak. I think we're doing that one because I'm being ranged and all. It's actually gonna be very useful, I feel. Yeah, Argenta. Yeah. And What's a helmet? Oh, that's... Wait. I didn't realize that was a helmet. Whoa, okay. Does that keep my hood, though? No, it removes my hood. Oh, but it's so sick. Oh my god, it's so sick, though. Yeah, no, yeah, no, we're keeping that. Okay, so, and then the next thing we want is this. I want that and that. Yep. Okay, yep. What's this? Hey! What's up? Why? Oh, you know what? Whoa. I mean, that's a well-maintained sniper rifle. Yeah. I want the well-maintained one, of course. So yeah, that's fine, I think. I feel like a little autocannon might be better. I don't know. Yeah, you're getting blast wave for sure, bro. And this is what? That's an auto pistol or a las? I mean... Oh, wrong guy. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever, that's good. We're good with that. Okay. Nice helmet. I feel like I don't even look like a Psycher, which is hilarious. What's this? A blade shard.
Rogue Trader. I indeed have a request, Rogue Trader.
The accursed servants of chaos who assaulted this ship took the lives of your loyal crew members, and they orphaned many children, including the progeny of the brave officers who defended their post until the bitter end. I don't know what customary practices there are for cases like this in Von Valencia's territory, but in the worlds I'm familiar with, the children of such brave souls could expect to receive some special consideration. Perhaps the Rogue Trader could meet with the orphans? I will pass on your instructions. Thank you for taking my request to heart. Are indefatigable... That's not an easy word to say in English. Fatigable. Our indefatigable sister has been keeping an eye on these pups. It is hardly the Scola progenium in here, but we have provided the orphans on our ship with adequate care and instruction. Why, wasn't he with you? What you doing, Papa? She looks ridiculous with that hat, but what are you gonna do? Nothing. Ain't gonna do nothing. That's what you're gonna do, nothing. Boom, 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 boom. Nothing, 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 nothing. So I'm wondering if I should go look for the it's not an astropath I need, it's a navigator. A navigator general, the Inquisitor, which usually you don't want to keep them waiting. What was my other option? I don't remember. Where's Deirdre, whatever her name is? I feel like if the picture of her like leaning on a railing somewhere, that's probably where I'm gonna find her. But where? Do you have anything new to say? Whoa! Do you have anything new to say, you?
Greetings.
Sure.
Gladly. There are none more faithful to the God Emperor than my sisters. We fight against his enemies by the will of the Holy Ecclesiarchy. We... I beg your pardon, rogue trader. Here I am, talking about what every lesser noble in the Imperium knows. So what exactly are you interested in hearing about? It is. The Sisters of Battle are a fire lit by the God Emperor. They are the echo of his voice that travels through the dark expanses of the universe. We bring his wrath to heretics, mutants, and other enemies of humanity. We protect the faithful from the unholy and unhallowed. Sometimes with words. More often than not with a bolter. Even the novices, the Adeptus Sororitas, are drawn from among the most worthy. Those who have taken the vows and become a full-fledged sister are the best of the best, tested by trials of body and spirit. Yes, there have been cases when a sister stumbled or showed weakness. But do not expect to hear a story of depravity or downfall from me. Each such occurrence is a great tragedy for us all. Light cannot bear the smallest speck of darkness within. And thus those who have trespassed or shown weakness of spirit are given a chance at redemption. They are called Sisters Repentia, and may the enemy tremble before her, for nothing can stop a sister of battle who yearns to be cleansed of fault and weakness. Wearing nothing but robes, no armor, eviscerator in hand, those sisters who have once faltered find repentance on the battlefield. Their lives are seldom long, but a death in the name of purgation is a better fate than to live with a shadow in one's soul. Once I had completed my novitiate, I was sent to the Calixian branch of the Order of Our Martyred Lady, assigned to the Order's Pronatus. The Order's mission is vital and noble. The Sisters Pronatus protect great relics of the Imperium.
You know what my team is gonna be, right? It's gonna be the Space Wolf, the Sister,
when they are brought onto the battlefield
me.
or presented for pilgrims to venerate. And we seek out the relics that have been lost. Neither a coven of heretics, nor the most wicked death world can deter Sisters Pronatus when their goal is to return a piece of the great legacy of the Imperium into the hands of the faithful. Don't let the name deceive you. The Order's militant trains sisters to march onto the battlefield as an army. That does not make sisters who belong to the non-militant orders timid and helpless. Both the solace-bringing sisters
No sister is timid, trust me.
Sisters Dialogus know how to greet enemies of humanity. Their dialogue with heretics is usually quite short, with the last word being a bolter discharge.
Yeah? What? Okay. Have fun. Hey, oh. Yeah, it's yours. I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't mean to didn't mean to take your ottoman away, bud. Yeah, it's your ottoman. Right? Because you're the king. Yeah, that's what I thought.
And my order has all the more reason to be known for the martial prowess of its sisters. We are the keepers of the Imperium's relics. What would become of our blessed hero's legacy if the sisters
Again. You're always an hour early for dinner. I know why. It's because you're used to being fed at 5:30 summertime.
The order sent me to Footfall. My undertaking was to assist the local priesthood of Drusians in caring for a sacred reliquary that had been there since the time of Pastor Mr. Wayne, the station's founder.
Okay, and you left because? Okay, so did you help them or did you leave?
None that I'm aware of, but the Sisterhood's orders are many, and can operate independently of one another, sending their sisters wherever their presence is needed as deemed by the ecclesiarchy. Perhaps somewhere in the Lord Inquisitor's retinue, may his path be blessed, my sisters...
I wonder if there's a love interest in this. What?
I wish it were so. Even a single evening spent
Like,
in
imagine,
prayer and training
character's a chick, right? So
would
I make her like want the space wolf. He'd destroy
Should
me.
any more arise, keeping them to yourself would be imprudent. About me? I am the Emperor's daughter and his servant. What else is there to tell about me? I first came here when I found myself in need of passage from Footfall to a remote planet. But I imagine what interests you is not that first journey, but rather what brought me aboard prior to the pirate attack. That story is complicated. It just so happened that I made a mistake. In a moment of laxity, I was ambushed by the accursed followers of the archenemy. I was badly wounded. Lady Theodora came to my aid and brought me aboard her ship, while her crew attended to me in my weakened state. It all happened not too long ago. I barely recovered from my wounds when the pirates struck. Truly, the servants of evil know no rest. There is no place where we can be safe from their machinations.
Yeah. Mom doesn't like it when you follow her, bud. She thinks that I don't know. She thinks you're being a spy or something.
Sadly, they did not. Lady Theodora was in a hurry and chose not to stay on the planet. Her people took me to a ship while I was unconscious, and when I came to my senses, we were already flying away. How I pray to come face to face with those heretics once more.
Apostates. Well, they might be heretics, actually. Yeah?
It happens even to the best of us. My mistakes are my burden.
Why? No, I'm not. We're not doing any of that.
On one of the recently discovered planets in the
Okay, I wish all of it was voiced, but at least most of it is voiced. Because their voice acting is actually very good.
Filth of heresy. Had I known it beforehand,
Apostasy.
of course I would have been on
Again,
guard.
it really depends on what they're talking about here, but they misuse the word. They invert the words heresy and apostasy, because the apostasy of Horus sounds less cool than the Horus heresy or the Horus apostasy.
It would take immense effort and resources to rediscover the route. The heir to the von Valanci's protectorate must have plenty of other issues to deal with right now. Perhaps
No.
later, when
I have
the
no
scars
issues to
above
deal
our
with.
heads have cleared.
I'm gonna make friends with all the people in my
Been
crew.
here that long. Just
We gonna be
one
all
journey
homies,
from
yo.
Footfall, and the other journey, the majority of which I spent in the confines of the Medbay. I
The
can't tell
Space
you
Wolf
much
and the
about
Tech
first
Beast are my
voyage.
two most
I was more focused on prayers
interested
and
in,
ruminations
but I feel like there
than
might be an
people
assassin too that I haven't
the
seen.
journey
I'd like
itself.
that very much.
During the last journey, Seneschal Viserion stood out for me. He came by several times to ask about my health. He's an honorable man and a loyal servant of the Imperium. I think he is as meticulous in his inspections of the logistics systems as he is in his inquiries about the health of the occasional sister of battle aboard the ship. But not all of Theodora's people have earned my trust. You know who I'm talking about. There is no place for Adira Tlas among the God Emperor's faithful. I'm surprised she wasn't in league with the pirates.
Well,
And I'm
I happen
equally
to be a
surprised by
psycher
how
as
deep
well.
Heresy and treason run in this place. I'm glad we all made it through that dark hour. May the day that follows be bright. As you wish. This ship was targeted by heretical pirates, which means that my presence here and the assistance I provide to you are my sacred duty. Sooner or later, I will likely have to return to Footfall to protect its reliquary. But for now, I wish to remain a part of the Rogue Trader's crew. Those are very courteous words, Rogue Trader. Thank you, both for your words and your hospitality.
That I am born into the Helmsman clan, in the bowels of the Chartist vessel. Studied the family trade until I was 15. Then my entire clan was butchered in a mutiny by Lowerhold scum. They spared the young'uns, but of course they did. Kids with implanted connectors make great navigational servitors, but I was having none of it. They were going to make a servitor out of... They weren't going to make a servitor out of me, so I escaped into a crawlway, and then I spent months picking them off one after the other. You got me talking up a storm. Anyway, yes, I'm boardborn. I like them. Not much to tell. I gutted everyone I could get to, and then I fled upwards to the middle decks, and then... that's where the auger operators took me under their wing. They have apprenticed helmsmen in their own up there, you see? Of their own. Nobody asked me any questions, so I stayed. I grew up, trained, got smarter, and then ended up a junior helmsman a dozen years later. Dan Rock spotted me and lured me away in a cheeky glider. Oh, just a second, I gotta go put my clothes in the drawer. Oh, okay, sorry about that, guys. Clothes is in the dryer. So gutted. They have appropriate Prince Helmet and then a dozen cheeky blighters. Do you know anything about a ship named the Fiery Reckoning? I've heard the name, that much I'm sure of, but I can't recall the details. I wonder if it was the part of the operation that the late Mort was put in charge of. If it was, then there's nothing I can tell you, Lord Captain. The whole thing was kept under wraps. The best chance would be to ask the High Factorum. Maybe some of his treasury records have mentioned the Fiery Reckoning. That's a good idea. Can you tell me about the other officers? Good for nothing wasters, that's what they are. Each and every one of them take... oh my god. Take Janris Danrock, the highborn weasel. He fawns over the officers, but some of the deals he makes would get him burned alive. He drags other people into his schemes so they can take the fall for him too. One of my junior helmsmen was ferrying goods from Footfall for him, got caught by the Seneschal, and ended up in the Void Hatch. Danrock couldn't care less. Wow. The Vox Master, another Ptolemy, like the last one, Void Rest him, is no better. She cut off half the Vox channels on the day she took up her post, said the Vox systems were damaged, and the Engineerium had no contact with other modules. But how am I supposed to steer the ship, collect the cog reports with the power of my mind? First Officer Warzerian, I can't stand him. Like every Navy officer I've ever met, he doesn't know a thing about controlling a vessel in the void. But he puffs himself up as all the same, and throws his weight around. Me and him had to have words a few times before he left me alone. Thank the Emperor Lady Theodora trusts me more than the Seneschal when it comes to helming the Void ship. Then there's that woman. What's her name? Tias Leah Theodora's. Brought her along wherever she went, and look what happened to her. I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out that witch that delivered her to... Oh wow, seriously, she was with me. Ain't got a better one, Lord Captain. Or Captain. No Idira here. No, okay. Keep looking for her. Idra. There's things on the floor that block you, and I don't know why. Like that too, I was able to walk over, no problem. That's gonna help. Talk to the machine god, prayers, incense, you know what to do. You know how to get the machine god to listen to you, don't you? Where is she? Okay. She ain't here. I don't see her anywhere. I don't recognize her anyways. If she is here. Aha! Idira. Idira?
What are you talking about, Lord Captain? Look, Lady Theodora couldn't care less if some eggheads measured my brains or not. It's not about the seal on your forehead, get it? It's about what's in your gut. if it's rotten or not. My gut's stronger than the adamantine on this here ship. And my implants are better than the ones they put in you on your Terra. If they weren't, I wouldn't have lived as long as I have. Lyra, an outlying world in the Heathen Stars region. In the Coronis expanse.
Sorry guys, I'm not gonna talk much. I'm listening. I want to know the story too, you know.
And the less people know about the Imperium. The arrival of a rogue trader is the best thing that can happen to a world like that. The very best. It's an out-of-the-way planetoid between two faint stars. On Lyra, a dozen local tyrants fight over 5 measly continents. But they use everything they can to win. From poison to psychers. I haven't been there in many years, but there's nothing for me to miss. Trust me. But here on the ship is a different story altogether. I saw more wonders in my first year serving Lady von Valancius than I'd seen in my whole life on Lyra. Like my first journey through the warp, I was in bed for 3 days. I felt like supernovas were exploding in my head. I only found out later that I'd gotten off easy. Just through the bulkhead in the bay next to mine, a whole team turned into... Look at me rambling on, Lord Captain. Pay no attention. It wasn't like it was a very fun trip, Lord Captain. But look, if you want to be entertained, I'm the woman for the job. I'll entertain you with one of the stories from my collection, no problem. But if you want to hear about the time I melted everyone in the bay next door, well, I just don't really want to go into the details on that one, all right?
How you melted them.
Oh, I embroidered wall hangings in honor of our national heroes. I did the same thing I do here, Lord Captain. Divining. Our rulers prized the ability to see into the future. Every psyker that could be found was worth a small fortune on Lyra. There's no such thing as a peaceful life on Lyra. People like me were especially sought after. They'd pick psychers up wherever they found them, buy kids off their parents, even just abduct them. Take me, for instance. I got taken from my street gang. The older kids sold me when they noticed there was something off about me. The ruling dynasties had schools where they trained us and beat us black and blue. And then they packed us off to serve. Some of us held on for a long time, but others didn't last. Not everyone's as smart and talented as me, you know. Some people crossed the line and were out of commission before their time. Theodora von Valancius paid a visit to the ruler I was serving at the time. I don't know what the visit was for, and it's no business of mine anyway. I can still remember the way the voices in my head changed when I looked at her. They were practically screaming. She had so much behind her, and plenty ahead of her too. As I gawped at her, all of a sudden I heard a whisper. A hint, a suggestion, nothing more. But I know the difference between idle chatter and a real threat. I seized my chance and approached Theodora. I managed to whisper a couple of words in her ear before the wardens dragged me away. They beat me and locked me up. No wonder. It wasn't my place to converse with outsiders. And then Theodora's people came for me. They broke down the wall, butchered the guards. Also, I could tell them my warning in full. So I said the rest, but I didn't want to go back to my old life. And so I entered the service of the Van Valancius dynasty. A few times. Not many. And if I think about it, why would I want to? I've got everything I need here. All the whispers I hear are familiar ones. They almost feel like family. And if I want to hear about the nightmares off the ship, I can. After some Amisec. But don't go getting the wrong idea. If I have to, I'll follow you to the edge of the galaxy. Of course, Lord Captain. All right, let's hear what they're whispering. Seek not on firm ground, but in a golden hall suspended in the void. There waits a child without kin, but with a name blind to truth. She draws the brush across the canvas and does not notice that her palette is full not of paint, but of blood. And with each smear, this well does not deplete, but fills and fills up to the brim. One thing is clear. When this vessel overflows, none will remain unstained. Among the blind men and false prophets, a red-robed sage seeks the answer to a question. He does not know that it is not the answer he must seek, but the question that will draw everything into focus. Will you help him, Rogue Trader? But mark that sometimes ignorance is sweeter than a chained hound chases after glimmers of the aurora, but sparks in the scent of oil confound his nose. A chain trails after him. What will happen if you pick it up? Will you become his mistress? Or merely another beast in the pack of his true lord? The glow of dawn bursts forth from its prison. Dungeon walls cannot contain the dark essence wallowing in the dust. A naive cub pushes his nose into a familiar hand, one that holds death in twisted glass. Cherish it or cast it off as a burden. The sword of change has already been raised. What is one more life to it? I'm sorry, Lord Captain. The voices are going wild. I can't make out a thing. I'll try to rein them in, somehow. But for now... The little sister is afflicted with her own set of voices. Ones that whisper to her about corruption and heresy. The silly girl doesn't realize that if she wants to find the source, she needs to start by looking in her own head. None of the officers knew the Lord Captain well. Not even Abelard, and she was always closer to him than anyone else. She told me from the off that if I ever listened to anything in the warp about her without her permission, I'd be going out through the airlock. I'm not an idiot, so I never stuck my nose where it didn't belong. Only when It's hard to wrap my head around the fact that she's gone. Lady Von Valancius gave me everything I have. She opened the stars to me and the paths between them. I still think I can hear her voice. Of course. Always at your service. Whenever you need me.
Okay, good. I think Ablard's. No, Abelard and. Yeah, well, yes, Abelard and. I am the ears and the voice of the Void Ship. I supervise several dozen officers and 3 times that number of support personnel. We receive, send, encrypt, and decode all incoming and outgoing messages through the ship's internal and external channels, and we also ensure clean communication and the optimal efficiency of the crew Voxcaster. If you ever want to know what worries and concern your crew are harboring, what your subjects are whispering about in local networks after their watches, and what their leaders are clamoring about over the shortwave Vox transmissions, just come to see me. I will satisfy your curiosity. Forgive me, Lord Captain, I have no information that would be of interest to you at the moment. My appearance comes from a heritage, generation after generation, of people who spent their entire lives in the depths of the void ships. Neither we nor our ancestors have ever left our home, but the same can be said about many denizens of the Imperium's million worlds. We are used to the silence of the cosmos and the void of ships, and the voices of the ship. There are thousands of us, but we dwell far from the Lord Captain's upper decks and remain unseen. We are the Voidborn. And because we are children born in the void between the stars and the womb of the traveling vessel, an orbital satellite, or a forgotten asteroid station, low gravity voyages through the warp and the countless dangers of space travel, everything others hate and dread is second nature to us. To us, the groans and creaks and murmurs of the ship sound the way babbling brook and singing birds do to world dwellers. We hear the ship breathe, know what it is feeling and thinking. We are a part of the ship, just like it is a part of us. We perform numerous functions, and there are many officers among our numbers. Some maintain order to prevent mutiny, and others serve as shepherds. Sheep herds. And support the crew, and some devote themselves to mending the bodies and spirit of the vessel. Most of the Voidborns are members of large void ship dynasties that bear responsibility for certain aspects of the ship's life for 300 years. The main branch of Toliman dynasty has produced a ship Voxmaster, and most of our subordinates come from the cadet house of the dynasty. Life has been quite generous to me. Lord Captain, I am the Vox Master, and only the best in the dynasty can become one. By virtue of my skill and position, no one has ever denied me anything. Our family claims a spacious section of its demesnes, for its demesnes. I also enjoy long walks through the narrow and dimly lit corridors of the ship, listening to the sounds of her activity, falling asleep, walking. Like you're telling me your love life here? We look, speak, and move differently from the inhabitants of the planetary worlds in our way of life. Traditions, of course, frighten these people, just like the darkness of the cosmos. Many believe us to be the bringers of ill fortune, and alas, yeah, it is the Voidborn who get blamed for terrible warp phenomena during their voyages. Well, it is your fault. Several years ago? Oh, hey. An unfortunate warp jump caused all the food on board to spoil. 15 days later, a hungry and furious crew nearly massacred everyone on the lower decks, blaming us for the misfortune, hoping to restock the larders with our flesh. This game, I would have been killed, or this world, I would have been killed during the mutiny if had Idira Tlas, right? That's not an I. Yeah, Tlas. Idira Tlas. Not shown up in the right place at the right time. She came to my rescue, and the scoundrels' fear of her was even greater than their fear of the Voidborn. The Voidborn seldom make friends, especially among the captain's entourage, but you see many consider Idira to be different. I am different too. I have spent plenty of time. We have spent plenty of time in each other's company discussing regicide over a glass of Amasac. Nice. I like that. Except Idira changed after one incident, and we started to drift apart. The death of Lord Captain Theodora made her withdrawn even more. I did not know if Idira considers me her friend now, but we used to be very, very close. It is good I can still look after her in my own way. Yeah? We're gonna make messes? Buddy, come on. What are you doing? Jump. Jump down. Come on. Jump down. You can do it. Jump down. Come on. Down. Down. Oh my god, dude. 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 Ah! I almost fell to my doom, dude. 30 minutes! It's not dinner time yet. You know what, dude? You held your pee all day just so I wouldn't have what you need. You get to wait till the full 5:30 today. Go cry to your mom if you want. Oh, I did once and it was dreadful. It felt like the massive blue dome overhead could shatter at any moment and fall on my bones, would be crushed by the gravity. The ship is my home, Lord Captain, and I would not trade it, even for the bounty of 100 worlds. Thank you. Wonder if I could reignite their friendship. This is so not the time to do this, but I'm gonna go do it because I'm that guy. Oh.
You bet I do, Lord Captain. Okay, so we went to Footfall once. Well, I mean, Lord Captain Theodora went to Footfall a lot. But on that occasion, she took me with her for some reason. My day had gotten off to a bad start. My head had been yammering since I woke up, but there was nothing else for it. I had to go.
I'm literally standing on her.
And what a place! All the gentlemen and ladies dressed to kill, showing off their encrusted implants, all clustered around little tables. Well, turned out it was a gaming den. And not just any gaming den, but one run by somebody with deep pockets for people with just as much cash to splash. You should have seen it. People gambling away planets in a game of regicide. Anyway, so the Lord Captain wanted me to help her beat some guy. So I tell her, the chips won't land in your favor. You'll get a bad hand. Don't sit down at that table, your ladyship. But did she listen? Of course she didn't. If there's one thing she never lacked, it's stubborn. So they sat down and the cards were dealt. I'm hovering around like I'm not involved, but I'm keeping my eye on things. And everything in my head keeps getting louder and louder. Anyway, it's a good thing I realized in time that my mind wasn't going haywire over a losing hand, but something else. I made some excuse to drag the Lord Captain up from the table and took her away from that place. And a few minutes later, the room where we'd been... It turned out some wise guy had the same bright idea to bring a pet Psycher along with him. One of those ones who just scuttle around in Footfall's underbelly. And the Psycher just freaked out, I guess. After all the commotion, people went to see what happened in the room. And they'd all gone for each other's throats. Literally. With teeth. And I think they completely detached that asteroid from Footfall and pushed it off into open space so it would head off toward the local star. Of course.
I love it. What a great story. The body of the work, I guess? Ah, interesting. Where's the... Yeah, look at that. Look at this beauty. Look at this beauty, everybody. There's nobody here, but look at it anyway. Go back my ship, bitch. kind of feel like she'd be better at that. I don't know. Oh no, she's actually better at that. Definitely. Oh yeah. Wow, I did. I put everybody in the right role. Isn't that fucking crazy? I knew I would. I would do it. Is this guy? I'm afraid it's not immediately familiar to me, your ladyship. Please allow me a moment. I say, House von Valancius did indeed sign a contract with the owner of a vessel with the designation prior reckoning. There are transactions records of the ship picking up cargo from Kiyovagama. Well, this is odd. The data log ends there. Apparently the ship had some interaction with one of the workshops on your industrial world. I beg your pardon, your ladyship, but that is the extent of the assistance I can provide you in regards to this particular matter. What are you doing? Stop it, please. You're gonna make a mess. Stop climbing there. No. It's water. You want some? There's nothing for you up here. Capiche? Okay, these guys don't talk. This is long. I came from from Darganus, your ladyship. I have been a subject of your dynasty since birth. I have always strived to be of use to the great rogue trader. Alas, it was not my fate to be the primary heir of my own family due to my being 15th in line for the title, so I decided not to stand in the way of those behind me in case they attempted to shorten the waiting list at my expense. Well, while my brothers and sisters schemed against one another, I studied the exact science and mastered bookkeeping. The exact sciences and mastered bookkeeping, the greatest art of the Adeptus Administratum. I must admit that the accumulation of wealth, something one can control, is far more exciting than hunting, carousing, and the other traditional amusements of my noble peers. Nice. Oh, now that's a tricky question, your ladyship. Do you ask it of everyone, knowing they risk losing their heads should they let slip a careless remark about your predecessor? I shall put it thus. Working with Lady Theoda was never boring and always profitable. The Imperium has billions of subjects, but very few do what they love and what they are best suited to. I would say Lady Theoda is one of the fortunate ones. She was a model rogue trader, and she surrounded herself with those who excelled at and loved their work. Hers was a rare talent indeed. Keeping tabs on your subordinate, a wise move. Tell me who interests you, and I'll endeavor to be as honest as possible. Lady Theodora managed to do what even the Imperial Navy could not, teach Master Orzarian to carry out orders that he fundamentally disagrees with. I do not know what method she used, but the result is impressive. Having said that, there is something else you need to know, Lord Captain. Your Seneschal is capable of being something far greater than a mere conduit for your will. He possesses the cunning and the experience to run the Protectorate passively whenever Lady Theodora was away. And that really is saying something. Keep an eye on that old officer, I say, or alternatively, turn him into a faithful ally. On who? Sorry, on Conrad. I hope I never see him set foot aboard the vessel again. Not even as a servitor, although he would be able to do at least some good that way. Someone has to clean up the latrines, after all. He gave us all quite a fright on that ill-fated day. How long ago was this, Lord Captain? And still speaks. I must have been a couple days, I guess. Or more than that, the ship is worthy, I don't know. Ah, yes, the Voidborn. You know, in my family, we use such creatures as quarry whenever we were hunting mutants. Whenever we were hunting, mutants are the bane of humanity, an unseen tumor that threatens to end us all. But I digress. In a brief time Telemann has spent in post as Voxmaster, I have not noticed any significant flaws in her character or anything that would make me question her professional qualities. Needless to say, she is very different, as is any Voidborn seeking to earn their master's affection. I believe she was very diligent. I believe you can trust in her skill and loyalty. Oh, that's nice. Of course, Lord. Oh, wow, there's a lot of stuff here. Who interests you exactly? I'm not gonna read all this stuff. Wait, what's this? What am I doing? So I can respec my character through him? I think? That's what it was offering? It's a little confusing.
Lord Captain. A noble aspiration, Lord Captain. I am ready to acquaint you with all the particulars that interest you. This is a topic for an official briefing, not a casual conversation. But I will try to answer succinctly. And if you permit, in my own words. The Coronis Expanse is considerably removed from the heart of the Imperium. This means that local warp routes become useless within months. Established pathways are regularly subject to attacks from all kinds of rabble. And in the only major port, the Imperium's frigates find themselves moored alongside pirate vessels. Until recently, the Coronis Expanse could hardly have been called a region of the Imperium. The situation has changed with the arrival of the Lord Inquisitor, but not by much. This place operates under its own rules, you see. More radical, so to speak. But ones that allow for a non-standard approach where there is a promise of victory. The Coronis Expanse is considered rogue trader territory for a reason. Only rogue traders have sufficient military might, audacity, and the rights granted them by the warrant to survive the leap into the unexplored part of the Expanse, and in the event of a successful outcome, to hold on to whatever they manage to capture on the frontier. In the first instance, you should treat official representatives of the Imperium with respect. The Expanse may be on the fringes, but it still numbers among the territories of the Golden Throne. The arrival of the Lord Inquisitor has turned the Coronis Expanse into a less wild and uncontrolled region, to the regret of some individuals who had grown inured to the local lawlessness. Rogue traders such as yourself are also servants of the Imperium. They have been accorded
There's
special
nothing over
rights
there
and
for
powers.
you.
They
Believe
wield
me,
immense authority within their
nothing
territory.
over there
And
for
they
you.
enjoy absolute respect
See?
in
There's
other
nothing.
parts of the Expanse.
No space.
The most powerful of them are Caligos Winterscale and Incendia Bastal Chora. Tread carefully when dealing with either of them.
No, you don't need to go there.
If we are to speak of unclaimed territory, which is what Footfall is, among the
They would never
dwellers
will.
on that handful of
You're
asteroids,
absolutely
there are
correct, sir.
three
They will
factions
never know
that wield
pepperoni pizza.
considerable
How you
influence
doing,
in
man?
the sector. The first is the Kazbalaka mission, organized crime in its most
They eat
primitive form.
they probably eat
It
protein
holds
paste
sway
or
over
some
the
shit.
Liege of Footfall and has links to rogue trader Winterscale. The
I mean,
second
it's so
faction
weird.
is an
There's like so
offshoot
many
of our
different
shining
levels of
followers of Saint Drusus. They are actively building their forces and hold
kinda.
influence over rogue trader.
They have so
And
many different
finally,
levels
the
of
third
like
faction,
development on
Explorators,
different worlds.
a
Like
wing
some
of the
worlds are
adeptus
barbaric
mechanicus.
and still in
They
the
are
Dark
willing to
Ages,
die
where
and
other
kill
worlds are
for the
hyper
secrets of the
advanced,
ancient
alien,
technological heresies that are hidden
trading,
among the stars of the
spacefaring
Corinthian
civilizations.
expanse. You know, Lord Captain, I am no admirer of fine art. But when we next find ourselves in a civilized port, with time to spare, I will promptly find an artist and commission a portrait of the individual to whom you refer, with a hole between the eyes. Conrad Voigtveer. That he committed his treachery and escaped with his life was an unforgivable oversight. We both served Lord Captain Theodora for many years, and we never saw eye to eye. He was brash. He was never afraid of assuming responsibility, and he willingly took on.
But that's a good thing.
tasks.
Like, you want people to assume
I am loath to
responsibility.
admit it, but the Von Verlatius Protectorate continues to reap the fruits of his labors to this day. His service always garnered my respect. But everything else about him made me want to wring the neck of that two-faced snake. If you are taking comfort in the thought that we will hear no more of Conrad, prepare to be disappointed. You thwarted his plans, his meticulously plotted and nurtured treachery. He is sure to attempt to strike at you, and he will use his contacts and knowledge of the Protectorate to do so. The only question, Lord Captain, is whether you will be able to anticipate his next steps. As you wish, Lord Captain. I thank you for the honor, but I must decline. As a former military officer, I believe in the importance of order in all things, including the chain of command.
I mean, my
Lord
first
Captain,
name,
my direct
whatever.
superior.
Call me
I am not prepared
Chandelier.
to address you in
I much
any
prefer
way
that.
other than as regulation dictates.
As regulation did. Very well, Seneschal. I'm gonna call you Abelard, dude, because I think that's a funny name. Abelard. I mean, it is a funny name. Fuck you, Abelard. Stop saying it's not, bitch. Okay, a couple words. Okay. So, that's me. The green is me. Okay. That's Rykid Majoris. There's something we need to do there. This is the space station. This is unidentified. Unidentified budget. Unidentified budget. So I like how this. I can't even read what that is. Information. Okay, that's the prison planetoid. Okay, so that's that ship, or that's that mission quest. New blood, machine, spirit keeper, and land on. Okay. Okay. The guide. That's where we get the thing. I think we need to get a crew. Let's go do that one first. Oh, no, wait. Go. Oh, dude, go. Wrong button. This is the perfect character to take the chaos too. She's a psycher, a biomancer. You hungry, bud? Is it dinner time? Okay, well, give me a second. Let this load. We'll see where we is. Yeah, you waited pretty long. Oh, I don't want to say you were a good boy because you're as annoying as hell. Yeah, you. Annoying as hell. As the ship makes its way through the star system, a strange fatigue falls over you. Your eyelids grow heavy, and the quill you have been using to draw up yet another order falls from your hand. Oh, here we go. Dream state. Oh. You raise your head with a start. Someone... Oh, it's the crew. Okay. Guy! We talked about this. Stop. I did not wish for any of you to die. Tapestry is woven, the past is chosen, accept your fate, champion. Oh, it's the sword, right. Wait, what sword is that? Where did I get that sword? That's a different sword. Resisting your fate is futile. You awaken from the vision, kneeling next to your desk, clothes drenched in sweat, and with a sour taste on your tongue. Your head is ringing, and you struggle to recall those faces and images. Only the deep cut on your palm and the bloodied shard lying on the floor reminds you of what just transpired. Oh yeah, I had a shard of a weapon. I guess that's bad, eh? Item lost, blade shard. Yeah, you would rather die than touch that thing again. So you reach a shaking hand for it, for your box, and call for a servitor. Now you just have to wait for the mindless automaton to arrive to pick it up. Okay. That thing's gonna keep coming back, I have a feeling. I thought it was the chainsword that I had equipped, which I thought was very weird that like a chainsword had that ability to fuck with me, but it is not in fact the chainsword. I look so dope now. Like I look really cool. I look like a fucking assassin, which is so weird because I'm supposed to be a psycher. I have no psycher abilities and no psycher weaponry. Oh, I got a new... Well, it wasn't a new glove. I guess it was a new... Yeah, no, it was just a new cape. Well, that's ship parts. Alright. I got you. Okay. Did we get to where we were going? I mean, I'm back in my room. Did we get to where we were going? Guess not. Guess the answer is no, we did not get to where we were going. So we have to go do all this again, because, you know, dreams. He's so mad at me. Yeah, scan. Starboard. Yeah, all these people for sure. Okay, let's go. Just a second, guys. I'm gonna go feed the cat. Yes. Are you hungry? Oh, incredibly so. I see. I have exactly what you want. Eat it all. Eat to your heart's content. Oh! Hey, how's it going, you war criminal? Yeah, I've been doing weekend streams occasionally now. How are your finals going? Sorry, I was out making food for the cat. The starport greets you with the din of ordnance and the smell of explosives. Excellent. Love hearing it. It is difficult to tell through the smoke who is firing at whom. Well, I'm not firing at anybody, so how about we do that? Did the governor send his personal guards? No matter. What are you standing there for, meat? Are you waiting for the rebels to blast your bucket? Again for good measure? The skies over the capital are blocked by the enemies of fire. You play a rogue trader in the Warhammer 40k universe. You're basically a freelance pirate slash buccaneer in space for the God Emperor of mankind in the 40,000th millennium, or in the 41st millennium. Yeah, in the 41st millennium, so in the year 40,000. If you know Warhammer 40k, then you kind of get an idea of what the setting is, and then you're just like a freelance mercenary with a ship that works for the Emperor, kinda. And right now we are on a station where we have to get the hell out of this system. I have to talk to an Inquisitor. I have to pick up a new Navigator General for the ship so that we can go back into the warp. I need new crew. And I need other stuff. And I just started, because the story starts off and like you take over after one of your. So you're like the heir to this dynasty, and the dynast brought you to the ship to like get you ready for possibly taking over. But there was like another person there who was sort of competing for the attention. But he wasn't like a mean competitor, he was just competing for the attention. He didn't seem like he was actually going to backstab you or anything. He turned out to be he sacrificed himself to save the ship, so he kind of turned out to be a good guy. Yeah. Then, of course, the main dynast dies, so you become dynast by default, and now you're trying to unravel why she died, and also, you know, make your own way across the galaxy. By all the saints, I'm Sergeant Malgar, and you lot report to me now. Straighten yourselves out and drag your asses after me. I'll map out the defense sector for you. By the holy throne, what is this mess? They're in a rough spot, old man. Go easy on them. Enlighten this rabble about the proper manner of... No, we're not that bad. This sounds more authoritative. My mistake, ma'am. At once. The starport is under the control of the governor's ward, and its perimeter command is Sergeant... Kaboom. Well, he's... Wow! A frag grenade explosion cuts off the rest of the sergeant's word. Shrapnel flies everywhere. With a piercing screech, one of the soldiers falls to the ground, clutching the remains of his forearm that is now adorned with crimson tatters. Blood is pouring out of the stump. The soldier's agony is short-lived. The sergeant curses and hastily says an army prayer for the dead. With a rasping cough, the sergeant turned back to, "Pardon me, ma'am, Sergeant Lasser Malgar reporting. My unit is holding the starport on the governor's orders. How may we serve? How may I serve?" Do you happen to know if a member of the Inquisition has come here? I don't know, ma'am. There definitely haven't been any visitors like that on my watch. You might have to inquire at the headquarters, your ladyship. What is going on here? Unrest, ma'am. Armed rebellion in both the capital and the provinces. First the lower levels sparked, then It went up. It went up the spires. They hit the Vox hubs and the arsenal and mag train stations. Oh, by the way, anybody who's here, you should know that like, I don't know how long we're gonna be playing this game. We've only been doing it for what, like 2 hours and a half, and 15 minutes now, 2 hours and a half. We're gonna go for a bit, and then I might probably stop the stream and then switch to an Elden Ring stream after and continue some Conan shenanigans. Because I really like playing Conan, and it's stupid that I can kind of act like him too. And things that Conan would say in the books are actually things that make sense to say in Elden Ring. So, you know, anyways, this for a while more, but then probably switch to Conan. Unrest, ma'am. Oh, we read this already. Shut the fuck up, Jeff. Stop talking and read. My unit was here when it all went to the Groxes. The tech priest linked the satellite, reported sighting a strange void ship in the system. They were orbiting a star until one of them set a course for landing on Ricad Majoris. I don't know how you pronounce that. The governor took precautionary measures and ordered the increased security at the key facilities. Everyone knows that whenever something's not right, you better double the warden details. Of course, it's almost law. Then alarm was raised and we were sent to the secure starport. It's the only reason we were able to hold it. Okay. Unidentified voice. Yeah, that's the thing that I was gonna go to, but I didn't go to because I know that from experience with my other character that you can't go to it. This is literally as far as I've gotten with the other character, so all this is all new for me. I just tested it out to see what was going on. My other character is not a Psycher, though. He is a commissar, which is his background. And did I do? No, I didn't do Voidborn. I did. He comes from a Forge world. This person comes from an Imperial world, if I remember. There is fighting in the capital, but we're holding strong, giving no quarter to the rebels. The Emperor protects it. He sure does. Who are you, anyways? Sergeant Lassie Malgar, ma'am, 11th generation loyal soldier of House Winterscale, awarded these commendations for faultless service ever since the olden days. His lordship, the rogue trader, has recruited soldiers and shipwrights on Rikard Minoris, so there is no greater honor for Ricadian than serving his lordship with diligence. What caused this rebellion? Ill thoughts, ma'am. We've fallen on hard times. The ground keeps shaking. Things keep exploding. The people are scared. They've forgotten all about their duty, and that's when those Emperor forgive me preachers came. They started riling everyone up. Sure enough, we shot a few, but they just kept coming. Oh, okay. You have a chaos cult in your midst. All right, got to kill some chaos guys. We're gonna kill chaos. Like all Final Fantasy remake and all, the original remake. Or actually it was Final Fantasy, what was it called? The FF1 remake? It's not really an FF1 remake, but it kind of is an FF1 remake. I forget, but whatever. That's all. Like if you watch the promos for that thing, all they say, like every other word is chaos. Chaos this, chaos that, chaos. It's so funny. How can some pathetic rebellion be caused enough for such a lackluster? No. I'm not as the rogue trader of this house. I did not watch the Game Awards. When I found out that there was no Elden Ring DLC preview, I didn't watch it. I cannot leave you and your people without aid. Reinforcements will be sent from my ship. I live to serve. We won't fall. We won't forget. We'll be praying for the Emperor for you, your ladyship, ma'am. I'm going to see the governor. If I may report, ma'am, as long as the rebels keep shooting their damned anti-craft battery, there is absolutely no way to shuttle you to the governor. It would have to be on foot. The streets are dangerous. Well, on foot it is. I have no one to send with you as an escort. I assign all available troops to accompany the esteemed tech priest to the governor. I will vox cast orders to them to wait for you, and I'll inform headquarters. They better send out a convoy to meet you halfway. Meanwhile, we will follow the governor's orders and hold the line. Fantastic. You're a good soldier, but you've got a lot of blood on your hands, both yours and others. You know the same hand that salutes now might falter in darkness. Rank and epaulets won't save you from the bitterness. Pardon me, my lady, but I can't get my head round fancy words you're saying. Around these fancy words you're saying. I've seen plenty of blood, but trust me, I'll fight till my last. Yeah, okay. Alright,
Embrace
so...
true power.
Oh, that's the dead... Oh, goods. I like goods. I steal goods. I take all the goods. Give me all your goods.
The world trembles beneath my
These are guards.
feet.
I don't want guards. Ooh, last guy. Ooh. Last shot.
Your existence is
Oh, there
naught
were-
but ashes.
Oh, okay, wait, where are they? Oh wow, there's a small group of them, eh? Yeah, that's a petite group right there. I'm gonna hide behind the ordnance. That's a good idea. I'm gonna go there because I have a sniper rifle. Abelard, you can go here. Actually, you can go right there, I think. You can come here. No. You can go here, actually. I said here. There. And sister. I don't know if I should split up my team like this, but... meh. Oh, he got angry.
My fate shields me.
I love how he hurt his own guy. That was great. That was great. Fabulous.
A tactically sound approach. I'm not interested.
No. Attack him, dude.
It will be done. I took care of this one. At your beck and call.
And then, can I actually... Target is too close. Target is too far. Okay, so I can't do it now. He's kind of... Oh man, he's at such a bad place. Yeah, I guess we stay there for now, dude.
On it.
So you can move here, actually.
There is movement in the Empyrean. Not the Scryer's job. I'm not so sure. Will do. Very well.
Okay. Sister Sororitas. I don't think I have anything with her that I can shoot, really. So, yeah, put her there.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Doubt is for the weak.
is a prayer.
I don't have any APs left, so it's not worth it. Man, there's a lot of these guys. I'm gonna have to get them with
Nothing.
Ooh.
My prescience has failed me.
Can I get him?
Purpose guides me.